What's up, guys? John Rashad here. We got Steve in the background with us. Got a little situation. My editor likes the pretty Nocks that fly behind the arrows. Guy's never shot a bow before. You know, learned about arrows by watching the videos I'm doing here and editing for me. So he's like, why don't you go out and shoot those pretty arrows that look like fireworks? And I'm trying to explain to him that the Nock's way different, it flies a little different. And he's like, just get out there and do it. So I'm out here trying to satisfy my editor dude, who happens to be one of my best friends, by the way. But no, seriously. So what came out of it is I'm gonna do a test. And we're gonna take a Nockturnal, and we're gonna take my standard Nock, which is an X Nock on the back of an FMJ arrow. And we're gonna weigh them, and then I'm gonna shoot them at varying distances. And we're gonna see how different the Nockturnal flies from my standard Nock, so that in my future videos, my editor can see a pretty little arrow flying, you know, like a tracer bullet or like a bottle rocket or whatever he wants to call it. So, what do you think, Steve? You think they're gonna fly the same?
Pretty much. Close range, definitely.
So at what range do you think it's gonna stop breaking?
Maybe 60, 70.
All right, well, we can go out to 80 here, so we'll try it out. And the main concept of this is when you put more weight on the back of the arrow, it changes the FOC, or forward of center of arrow, that percentage. As it moves, you know, closer to the back of the arrow, it's gonna change the flight. But again, I'm gonna satisfy this guy, not really, but I'm gonna do this test and let him know what happens. And if he's right, I use him on the rest of them. If he doesn't, then we don't, and I continue what I've been doing for, you know, the last 52 years. All right, thanks, guys. We'll get into the test, and we'll share the results. All right, folks, as I said, I'm gonna weigh these Nocks. Now I'm gonna take the standard X Nock that comes in the arrow in my FMJ 340. I'm looking at 9.9 grains. I'm gonna take Nock number 2. 8.8 grains. Nock number 3, 8.8. So we're looking at between 8.8 and 9 grains for the standard Nocks. For my Nockturnals here, 23.8 grains. Second one, 24. Sorry guys, I got the third one here. 24. So those are the weights of 3 of each that I'm going to be shooting right now. So let's get them in the bow. Let's get them flying at different yardages. I'm going to be looking at accuracy for tightness of group and the distance in dropping at each distance that we shoot to see if these Nockturnals, 1, change the flight of my arrow, 2, change how much it drops or flies high. If you put weight in the back of the arrow, sometimes it flies high. So let's get into that, and we'll show you how it all works. All right, we're going. So here's what we're doing, guys. 6 arrows. 3 with the Nockturnals, 3 with my standard Nock. I'm gonna start at 20 yards and see how they group and if there's any drop or rise in the arrow. All right. Arrow 1, standard Nock. It's a little high left, but this is a new site. I'm not really worried about location here. 2, 3 shots. Not super clean, but that's what we gotta deal with right now. Shot number 1 at 20 yards with the Nockturnal. Definitely a little bit more excitement to that arrow. So, Mr. Editor, I hope you like that. How funny would it be if the Nockturnals shoot better than my regular Nocks?
So far, that's the issue.
Oh boy. All right, that was 20 yards. I'm gonna go pull them.
Want me to pull?
Well, just basically saying, what's a better group? I don't care where it hits, it's a fairly new site, but as far as...
Your Nockturnals are definitely a better group. Tighter.
All right. At 20 yards, Nockturnals win. That's a little crazy. All right, what we did is we're jumping right out to 50. Now we got an arrow knocked. And we're gonna see if there's a difference here, then we'll go back to 70 or 80 and try to see if we have a difference. Call them out, Steve? Sure. 3 o'clock. Arrow 2X Nocks. Okay, obviously the group's gonna open up a little bit at 50. But the wind doesn't help either. Oh, it's blowing a little. Pushing me. Obviously, Nockturnals here at 50.
$4 on the line of the bullseye.
So that was actually the best shot of the arrow so far.
Yep.
Mr. Editor. You'd always dress nicer than I do.
Above your X knot.
In the yellow or outside the yellow?
It's right in the yellow. Right at the bottom of the yellow. But it's above the X knock arrow you shot. That's at 6.
He's gonna make a fool out of me, huh? All right, let's go see what happened at 50. So as we said, by no fault of his own, Edwin's not an archer, my editor, and partner for a YouTube thing. And he just liked the way it looked. And he goes, why did you use those fiery Nocks? And I'm like, no, they don't shoot well. And now I am eating my words so far. All right, so not a super bad, but not a super great group. But the Nockturnals are a tighter group than the X-Nocks. So I think what we got to do is we got to go to 80 now. Let's go to 80 and see if we can get the Nockturnals to drop lower. Or I'm gonna hunt with Nockturnals and shoot with Nockturnals and forever hold my peace.
Yeah. You know, we're not professional archers, so are we really gonna notice a little extra weight at the back of the arrow?
Steve, again, yeah, we are definitely not professionals, but I've been shooting for 48 years of my life. And you probably have too, maybe a little more because Steve's a little older.
Easy.
You know what? All the math says it should be different.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to 80. I think I'm gonna drop this off and just shoot at the black ring of the main target here. And we'll see if we get it. If we don't get a difference at 80, myth is busted. All right, we're back at 80. I'm gonna alternate my arrows between the X-Nock and the Nockturnal, just in case I'm getting a little tired. I don't want to give an advantage to one or the other, but this is the last and final test to see if my editor is right. I'll never live that down.
Again, from this distance,
Yeah.
it's tough to see these.
All right, it's funny. I can see the Nockturnal in the target from here too.
Yep.
Amazing. All right, last arrow, 6 at 80 yards. Final arrow, final test.
bullseye.
All right, guys, we're gonna go up there right now, and we're gonna see again what the difference is between a standard knock weighing about nine grains and a nocturnal, which was probably 24 grains at the exact.
It was,
we'll
yeah.
see later. I really expected to see a drop. I expected to see not as good of a group because we slid the weight of the arrow back, and I was wrong at 20. I was wrong at 30. I was wrong at 50, and let's go see if I was wrong at 80. So, Ed, the editor, what do we just nickname him then? Now, we're just kind of flabbergasted here that all these things you think you know, you think you learn, and when you shoot with your own bow and you do your own test, it hits home a lot harder than watching somebody else's YouTube. So I invite you guys, go try this on your own, and comment below and tell me if they flew different for you. I know, I'll throw his name out there, Chris B and some other guys talk about it, but I'm not as good of a shot as they are. But at the same time, this is what happened at 80 yards. So, here's our arrows. Our Nockturnals are right in with the standard X-Nock, and overall, I think the Nockturnals, by score, performed better than the standard X-Nock.
The whole time, through every target.
The whole time.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's a wrap. Myth is busted. Nockturnals do not fly any different than regular Nocks on my bow in this situation from 20 to 80 yards. All right, guys, thanks. We'll catch up later. It's rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling now.
We're having camera issues, guys.
Technical issues. We need Ed.
Yeah, where the hell are you?
Ed, editor.
All right.
Or is Ed just his real name?
Right, it's a little bit of both.